Hi, Dagobert for Dagobert Stackle. Here's Stewie. Hey, Stewie. How you going, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. How are you?
I'm feeling the love. Yeah, it's
yeah.
good, thank you.
Yeah, that's good, mate. That's good.
We didn't fish together this week, though, Stuart. I don't know what happened there, but...
Mate, we were busy.
Yeah, we're busy.
We're working
Okay.
on... Well, every day's off for
Yeah.
Dougie, but
Anyhow.
I was working on my days off.
What are you,
We were
Stuart?
flying the flag.
Yeah,
that's
sounds good.
right,
That
yeah.
sounds
Well,
good.
Sounds good, yeah. Anyway, but
So-
Dougie, look at the weather. Start with the weather.
Well, it's not the best, okay?
No.
So we hate giving you a bad report of weather on the start, but we will tell you it's going to be 15 to 20 knots most of the weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that swell's kind of started around about that 1.5 metres up to about 2.5 on Sunday at this point in time.
Even 3 metres on the sets or more.
Yep.
So just be really careful. You get low tide in the morning again, Stuart. So
Yeah.
we're coming up on the weekend.
Yep.
We're talking the 31st and 1st of June.
Yep.
Jeez, goes quick.
Yeah, it does.
So, Stuart, we will start offshore. So, look,
Yep.
the last couple of days, including today, there's quite a lot of snapper caught.
Yeah, it's been really,
Yep.
really good. So this
Yep.
last week, it seems that someone's just flicked the switch and they've really started buying.
Yeah, the last few days, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and there's quite a few sharks out there getting snap. I got one sharked on Tuesday morning, actually. Good fish, too. But right near the boat. But, guys, there's plenty out there that started in the 18 fathoms and the 24 fathom reefs, obviously at the 36 fathom reefs as well and wider. But on the 18s enclosed straight in front of the seaway. Early morning, plastics are really good. So guys are using like a jerk shads and stuff like that, 5-inch, and running around about a 5/8 to 3/4 ounce jig head with that.
Yep.
And just a 30-pound leader, and fishing it more teabagging, so to speak. And it's been working really well. Obviously, float line and pillies is good too, Stuart.
Yep.
That works
definitely.
well. And even live bait. If you guys getting trolling live baits for mackerel down deep, are catching snapper that are 70 centimetres or so, 80 centimetres
Yeah.
on the downriggers. So obviously, troll a little hard body lures would be great for that. So give that a crack. Also the mackerel, so there's a few mackerel in close as well offshore.
Yep.
A lot of little ones, a lot of little Spanish that are not legal, which is very rare on the Gold Coast.
Yeah. Last year we had a little bit of a run, about the same time of year, but we just thought it was a freak thing. It's like it's a recurring thing now.
Yeah, but a few big ones amongst them, like
definitely.
metre 20.
Yep.
So there's some good fish out there. You just got to get amongst them. But trolling live is obviously very good. Trolling deep divers is very good as well. Stewie.
Smarky one, always pretty good. Troll them at nice and we troll around 6 to 8 knots, Dougie. So
Yeah,
nothing
correct.
too fast. See some guys on the plane, their rods, everything's working real hard, but you don't have to go that fast.
One of my favourites, Iron Man in the Venom series. Very, very good lure. But that's the type of thing you troll. Otherwise, you can cast stick baits. So if you guys out there do take the effort of casting stick baits and catch Spanish mackerel on stick baits, cobia out in close as well.
Yep.
So cobia, live bait, the bottom, mid and top water. It depends where they are. I haven't seen any whales yet turn up yet. So this is the time of year we get whales through, normally in May. So they're a bit late this year, but they're obviously still coming. But the cobia turned up, but the whales haven't, which is unusual. But anyhow, so there's cobia out there and some big ones, like 30 kilo jobs. And getting those up is a bit of a hassle, and you get sharked as well. This is a hassle with the sharks. But so there you go. But obviously live baits to go. But we'll take pillies and I'll take jigs as well, if you're in the lucky spot.
Yep.
Other demersals, like plenty of parrotfish been around, Murray cod, trag drew in the afternoon, mulloway early morning, late afternoon, even during the day, the odd mulloway in the 18s and 24 fathom reefs, particularly the 18s, and plenty of tailor. Yep, that's about it. Out wider, 50 fathoms, Stewie, jigging's been good, but obviously we need weather break, and it looks like Tuesday, Wednesday next week looks like not too bad weather, Stuart.
Yeah.
Like very calm, and hopefully the swell will play the game. So guys that have been obviously jigging 300 grams or 200 gram jigs in that 80 to 90 metre marks, that's where the kingies are, amberjack. And if you want a ball jig, like this type of thing here, Stewie.
Yeah, for snapper and stuff like that, pearlies, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Use them at around about
they're very
80 to 150 grams out in that depth.
That's right, Stewie. But look, guys, go back to the mackerel in close. So guys are saying they're getting bitten off heats on their plastics. But if you were to run, we have this wire downstairs that's tieable wire from Japan. It's really, really good. And if you were to tie on something like that and jig them amongst those mackerel schools, you're going to just do so well. We haven't had a chance to do it ourselves, but we will. And that sort of thing there, guys. So that's the type of thing you want to use, around that sort of 30 to 60 grams, and actually fairly fast speed jig it on P2 or P1.5 or P3 at the max. But in that category, and bring it up through the schools. A little short bite trace on the front, and we have little wire assist hooks as well if you want to do your own wire assist hooks, and give that a go for the mackerel. Spanner crabs offshore, Stewie, off Q1, 52 metres, roundabout, deep. Other than that, that's about all that's happening.
Yeah, bet a few dollars around the fads too.
Little
stick baits and little live baits as well. Yeah.
And the deep dropping's all about to kick in as well. The current's been really good. We just need some good weather. But as you saw last week, there was quite a few on the weekend. Beautiful weather, big swell, but beautiful weather. There's quite a lot of bar cod, flamies and rubies and all these beautiful eating fish that get out in the deep. We are doing a deep drop seminar on the 12th of June. Stu,
remember that. News to you.
Lock that date in, 12th of June, Thursday night. I think it's the 12th.
Yeah.
So that's our first deep drop seminar for the year.
Yep.
Anyhow, Stu, other than that, we'll come up to the jumping pin area. So the prawns have been on still, mate?
Yeah. Been a few here and there. Look, it wasn't like it was the week before. Obviously, because we've just had a new moon, which I think
big
was
tides.
about 2 days ago. Big tides.
Yeah. So this week they should start coming back out again.
I should.
Yeah. So low tide in the morning. Probably Sunday morning, first set running tide, or in the afternoon after high running down.
Yeah.
Is a good time, probably mid-afternoon.
Yeah.
Good time, I think, to give the prawns a go.
Yeah.
Try around anywhere from in the mouth of Logan, Redland Bay Channel, and up the end of west side of Macleay Island.
Yeah.
That area would be the go.
Yeah.
Plenty of squid in the bay too. If you want to go for a run at the bay around Peel and around Myora, and obviously the banks out between Amity and Morton, heaps of squids. Mud's not too bad as well, Mud Island.
Yeah.
So if we can get a feed of calamari squid out there, our squid are starting in the Broadwater, I guess at the pin as well. But we'll talk about that a bit later. But we'll come back down to the jumping pin area. So we've got prawns, we've got mud crabs around as well.
Yep, definitely around Logan.
Yep, they're good. And a few threadies still getting caught around the place. Yep.
Yeah, still a few threadies around and Jew and stuff like that in the Logan. It's not too bad. Find those deeper holes, fish around them. Can use liveys or plastics and vibes.
Yeah, talking about Jewies, like big worms that grubs are really good. Like this type of thing here. These are gold grubs. They're really, really good. You could use also Nemesis in that sort of size there, in a 5-inch or like a 5-inch, just a normal grub. Will all work really well on the Jewies. And you want to run them on about an ounce to 2 ounce jig head, 5.0 to 7.0 hook, fishing that deeper water, the pin bar entrance, inside the bar, not at the bar.
Yeah.
And also maybe finding deep holes that are around that sort of 30 to 50 foot deep.
Yeah.
Give that a go. For the Jewies and vertical, just teabag it up and down. Give that a go. Stewie, midday high tide. What are you going to give these a crack now? You got some over there?
I like these ones. These are a Shimano Hirami. It's probably pronounced wrong, but I don't know. I reckon they're going to be pretty good for the flatties. Look, shallow runner, suspending lure. These should go pretty darn good. Some of them got that flash boost. You'll see in the middle one, that little mirror. You see it flashing. Really good, clean water, sun up high. These things throw off so much reflection, it's not funny, and they come from a mile to eat it.
And that sort of thing. I got a bit of a mix of Japanese lures here, but that's the sort of thing. I like a small bib, smaller bib what Stewie showed. Although yours are pretty small.
These are pretty small.
Anyhow, that type of thing up on the flats, as Stewie said. High tide, tank bank, gold bank, and even on the edges of, even up close on the edges on the first to run out tide, just even the deep water, it goes really shallow to deep. Just in that little shallow, near the patch the size of a mat, it will hold a big flatty, okay?
Yep.
And just that first little twitch, if it's there, it's going to grab it. Stewie, trolling for flatties. So we love trolling.
Trolling for flatties. So along those drop-offs on the run-out tide, works quite well.
There's some new colours in the Reddix.
A couple of new colours in the Reddix, so they're the little DF50s.
Great little lure for trolling.
Yeah.
As there's a couple of my favourites here. These are a couple of Timmy's lures from S-Tackle. Been around for a couple of years now, work extremely good on the flatties. Yeah, and they have an array of colours, good colours as well.
Biggest thing is when you're picking out a flathead trolling lure, try to get one that floats. Because when you work it down into the weed or it swims into the weed, and you've got that little bit of a pause or the setback when you drop your rod back, which is 9 times out of 10 when they eat it, it backs out of the weed. So they don't just float straight up, they back it
right
out.
over your hand.
And so it's quite important for keeping that lure nice and clean.
Yeah, good. So so a few flatties around the place and a few whiting obviously in the lagoons at the end of South Stradbroke, and also probably up around Slipping Sands and heading up to that way, Canoipa. Guys, you've got to come down the Broadwater in town, so around the Seaway. There's been a few Spanish mackerel caught last weekend on the Seaway, believe it or not. Again, I reckon if you were to go out there and find the bait schools, which there are at times yakkers and slimies in the Seaway, and jig the bait with these sort of things, you will catch fish.
Definitely.
Or if you're shore-based, use the shore jig. We have heaps of shore jigs here. The same as that style, but with a treble on the butt, but a assist hook on the top.
Yep.
And hop it, long cast, and sort of hop it and lift it and work it back in. That's where you might get a mackerel as well. Again, if you use this type of thing around the Seaway wall, you will catch big flatties on those as well.
Yep.
Just jigging the deep, and jewies as well, as Stewie said earlier. And flatties, Stu, further up towards Crab Island, that area, how's that been, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Obviously on the top of the tide, the water's been not too bad down this end. Up the pen, it was a little bit dirty this week.
Yep.
But yeah, plenty of bait around that area. A few mullet schools and stuff coming through, and herring and little hardy heads and all that type of thing. Small soft plastics. Just cast around those weed edges. Again, hard bodies work quite good. Dougie, you got a prawn there.
Obviously prawns are around at the moment.
Well.
These are really good as well. Lunker prawns, they work really, really well. Very lifelike.
Yep.
That's the type of thing. Or try little lures around, as we said earlier, around the banks around opposite sort of Sovereign there.
Yep.
Give that a go. Back of wave breaks, still whiting around. They're there all year. Just got fish on the way to the Yabbies, and same with the banks out in front of Labrador as well. Ackler building area and Lotus Creek, and even all the way up to the swimming pool at Southport, or the swimming enclosure, sorry. A few whiting up the Rang River as well, and they're still around. The water's still quite warm. It's about 22, 23 degrees in the Broadwater at the moment, so the whiting still don't mind that, definitely. Tail, there's been a few tail around still. I was just thinking of if you were to throw these around tail.
Yeah, they look really, really good. Little bibless minnow.
They're going to get chewed up.
Little stick bait.
Yeah, little stick bait, a heavy stick bait, work those really fast through the bait and the birds diving around.
Yep.
That's the sort of stuff they love, Japanese, and they'll work really well. Other than that, a few sand crabs around. My son got a few sand crabs the other day, just around Effron Island sort of area and Sovereign Island. Give that a go. Edge of the channel's fairly deep water. And if you want to give the mud crabs a go, try up around Coomera and Pimpamar rivers. That's probably it for inshore. The surf's going to be a bit big, Stu. So we'll give that a miss this week. But the tail is about to start. They haven't really started yet, but they're about to start. And obviously whiting and dart have been everywhere. So either go, if you're land-based, probably foreshore, Labrador, Runaway Bay, that area, or over in Spit. Give that a go. Or Rang River, Coomera River. Okay, we will head inland. Stewie.
So dam fishing, Dougie.
Yeah. So
bass.
these are a handmade lure that we do, Stewie. And I know they smack it for bass, especially if you want a little bit of trolling or a bit of casting on the edges of the banks. And also in the what we call the skinny waters, which is the rivers below the dam, they work really well. Stewie, spinner baits. We've got the 6-bladed bait ball spinner bait.
The big hua.
And they work really well on bass as well. You can slow troll that, or you can cast it and just work it very slowly over top of logs and edges of weed and stuff like that.
And this is going to work all right in those rivers and stuff like that, chasing cod and things like
that
as
will
well.
too.
So definitely one to have in the box. I do that one, and obviously silver one as
there's
well.
actually a few other colours down there too. So a array of colours, and they're well priced, but they work really well. And that's probably about it, Stu. I can't think much else to say other than to be safe out there this week.
Watch out if you do cross the bar. They were actually dredging it today, so it's a good barge was there. But
you'll see the swells spike and go up and down. Last weekend you would have seen it. We told you the swells coming up, and then that night, I think it's on the Thursday night, it just went from like a metre up to about 5, just whoompa, and within 2 hours. So it's not always as you see it when you go to bed. You must check it in the morning when you wake up, please. Definitely. Wave Rider Boy, Gold Coast Wave Rider Boy. Have a look at the old version, not the new version, just in measurements, numbers. The old version actually shows the scale, the graph, how it's going. Much better version. Other than that, Stu, that's about it. Anything else you want to add to that, mate?
No, it's not.
No. Okay, so I won't be here next week. Stu's got you have a clear voice next week. Stu's doing it. I'm going to be on a fishing trip, testing a product for you guys. Stu doesn't like me doing that.
Keep telling yourself that, mate. But anyway, that's all right. That's all we got for this week, guys. So we will see you at the same time, at the same place next week.
Okay, take care.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.